Okay, so what do we have here on the wall?
So this is a common tool crib. So from our perspective, a lot of hardware companies need the same tools, and so what we've gone out and done is identified what we think are the most common, most useful things, and purchased them, and just have them in the space. So you see some equipment here from one of our portfolio companies, but all the basic hand tools. We've got like a tap die set here, drills, and then all the kind of ratchets and things like that that you'll need. In addition, electrical equipment's another big thing. So we've got an older oscilloscope. We just got this new one in. We've got power supplies and soldering irons. And all this kind of stuff's really important because, as I said, if you take a hardware startup, you can spend $10,000, $15,000 just on equipment you really need to get started.
Yeah.
And so we think that that's a waste of money because they all need the same. A lot of them need similar things at the beginning. So by providing that, we help reduce the cost. So from our perspective, it's never been easier to start a hardware company, and we think that there's a lot of things we can do to make it even easier than it is right now.
And so your first batch has been, you have 4 companies, and did the majority of them, or how many of them came in with prototypes or existing products, and how many of them actually built them here?
So I'd say, all of them had an alpha of some sort.
Yeah.
Some of them were very basic. So, I think 2 of the companies had what I would call pretty robust prototypes, and 2 of them had, very early concept. And then we worked with them in terms of design, part selection, bringing in mentors. So, for instance, one of our mentors, actually, we brought in for Ari, has an amp company in the East Bay. And so bringing in kind of the industry expertise that they need to pair, understanding how you do, what does a retail sales channel look like?
Yeah.
What does, the return rate in your industry look like? Making sure that they're thinking about all of that from the beginning, and that really helps dictate the business model.
Cool.
And this is
Big
Ari,
man behind the desk.
one of our entrepreneurs.
What's up, buddy? Show us what you're, we've written about you before, but show everybody what you're working on.
I'm working on this electric guitar. It's got the amplifier built in, so you can play it anywhere you are. You don't need to plug it into the wall. It runs on batteries. And what I've been working on most recently is getting it so that you can plug it into your phone and run cool effects, change your sound, versatile. That's a little loud.
Is this an app that's going to be on the App Store?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can change my sound using the... So if I want to throw on a delay...
That's cool. Let's get that here.
So yeah, I can change all these parameters if I want to.
I think it's pretty loud, huh?
Wow. Too much feedback.
Still tweaking the app a little bit. So.
Yeah, so that's, I can turn these on and off. I can throw on a reverb.
It's cool. And does it have to always be plugged into the phone? Does
No, it doesn't. It runs completely fine without the phone, although this one doesn't right now.
Yeah.
I've just been messing around with
Yeah,
this.
but it just kind of saves the settings or whatever.
In general, you'll be able to just flip this switch, and then I can play without the phone. I just have no... it doesn't save the settings. It'll just be totally dry, no effects.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's...
But it would be just like if you plugged an electric guitar into a normal speaker with like no amp or no effects kits in between. So
Totally.
we're pretty much trying to... This by itself kind of eliminates the need for this plus
that guy.
this. And this is actually a rather small amplifier, and it's pretty heavy.
But does it have the same capacity in terms of volume?
It doesn't get as loud, but when I play that, I'm always at like 1 or 2 for volume. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, my neighbors from down the block complain.
Yeah.
And even with this one playing as loud as it gets, I still get people complaining.
Yeah.
So, like, the neighbors up here hate me.
Well, maybe that's not the volume. Maybe it's you, man. Have you thought about that? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I always...
Ari's played at our events before, so we know you're good.
My metric is if I make more people happy than I piss off, I'm doing it right. But if it's rock and roll, you're going to piss somebody off. So.
That's right.